Welcome back, friends, to another reading for the collective. I'm happy to be here. Whoops, careful now. Don't want to burn this place down. I offer these readings for the collective every Tuesday and Thursday. And in the last reading, which you can watch here, I admit that I was fasting, and so it was a little bit loopy, a little bit spacey. The energy feels much more grounding today. I have since broken the fast and am excited to see what comes out for us. So let's pull out the tarot, or tarot, as some folks call it, and we'll get crack-a-lackin'. And let's begin as we always do by taking 3 intentional breaths, breathing in and out. You can exhale through the nose or the mouth, whatever is available for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe letting your shoulders drop and your buttocks be supported in whatever is underneath it. And last time, breathing in and breathing out. All right, so if this video found you, then there's a message here that is for you. This is a timeless message, so whenever you find it is exactly correct for you. So let's see what the cards have to say on this rather gray day. We got one coming out. All right, what does the collective need to know? What is the energy? What is up? What is growing? Okay, there we go. We'll just flip those over like that. So this is the one that came out first, and then these kind of fell out on their own. So it feels correct for now to keep those separated. Got to keep them separated. There we go. How's that look? Okay, there you go. 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 All right. Let's see what's happening here. So first up, first one that fell out, Ace of Cups. All that hard work you've been doing in those last readings about outgrowing your space and stepping into what is correct for you, what is in alignment for you, is about to pay off big time. This is offers coming from out of nowhere. This is the cup overflowing. And there's a lot of, when we see aces, we can always think of it as the hand of God or the hand of divine providence, the hand of fate offering us something. But this one specifically creates the image of the dove with the Eucharist, the body of Christ idea coming in here. So, and with cups being about emotions and the internal landscape, this seems to suggest that whatever it has been that you have been working with, I think it was in the last reading, we had the Queen of Cups reversed. Whatever has felt blocked is unblocked. Whatever you did, you little nugget, you're on it. You've got it going on. And so now that we see what this is, I think this is kind of looking at how these blessings can show up, or maybe different areas where this Ace of Cupness can flow into. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then 6. All right. High Priestess reversed. High Priestess is all about the intuition. And if we are thinking about the Ace of Cups being that overflow of emotions, and I believe that the emotions are directly linked to the intuition and inform one or the other like a loop. if we think about all of this overflowing abundance, all of this divine feelingness, then there may be an initial inclination to shut yourself off from your intuitive gifts, from your inner knowing. There could also be the, how do I want to say this? The abdication of your own specialness, your own uniqueness. If all of this is coming from God anyway, well, then what does the person really mean? But if we think about it in terms of a radio or a television, the broadcast is always coming out. You have to tune the television or tune the radio to the correct station to receive that message or that image. So in this case, God is the signal, and you, dear sweet viewer, you are the receptor, whether that be a radio or a television or what have you. And it can feel like a lot when you're tapped into creation, the creator, however you define them. And especially if, we're talking about overt God image here, what with the Eucharist and the dove, the Holy Spirit coming in, there can be a lot of resistance to that. So, like, maybe you've been going about doing your tarot, doing your little thing with your crystals and that. And all of a sudden, you get hit with this reorienting and maybe even remembering of what God is beyond the dogma, beyond religion, the thing beyond that, which all those point to. The inclination might be, I'm going to shut that off, turn myself off, not connect with that anymore. And that's your choice if you want to. Uh, if you do that, though, then, and this isn't like a warning or not even to challenge you, but like if you are shutting yourself off from the overflow, then you're going to see that overflow going elsewhere. That's all I want to say about that. Like I said, it's not a judgment, it's not even a prediction. It's just a, if you have a hose and it's flowing and then you um, bend it, then you're not going to see the water flowing as effortlessly as it could. Sorry, something is popping up here. Let's get that out of there. All right, next one. Mm, Ten of Wands. This one comes up often for me, and this is all about carrying too much. I mean, literally, you might not need as many wands as you think you have. And we could think of this as, what are you going to do with all those wands? Are you going to build a fence with them? Are you going to share them? What is it that you're doing with all of the gifts that you've collected? Maybe you have been doing the tarot, doing the crystals, doing all of the things. And you could feel overwhelmed by that. And then all of a sudden, the insight of God, the holy hand of helpingness comes and gives you all the reason to drop these, but there could also still be resistance to that. And again, you don't have to put all these down, but if you want to see where you're going and you want to give your back a little bit of a break, now might be a good time. We've got 6 cards here, so maybe you can consider this an invitation to reduce your load by just about 50%, 60%. Your mileage may vary. Queen of Swords. And okay, this is great because if we are seeing this as, we could call this a spiritual awakening. causing you to shut yourself off from all that you've been doing. And now you've got all of this uh, spiritual ephemera and modalities that you're carrying around. Oh, well, like, what do you do with it? That is when we need to rely on the pure truth represented by not only the single bird flying here, but the way that the sword, excuse me, is sticking straight up. This is a person who has risen above the cloudiness of their mind, and even though her face is stern, I don't know if you can kind of see that there, she opens her hand, offering it to the world, offering her wisdom, her guidance to the world. So this could be a mentor. This could be someone that you're just asking, like, hey, I have collected all of these modalities and now I don't know what to do with them. Or, hey, I've been cracked open by the love of God and now paying my bills seems pointless. What do I do? Could be a woman or it could just be someone with that queen energy, someone who has found the balance and the appreciation of what the swords represent, which is thinking and thought. Capital T thought as well, big T thought, the thoughts that you think with God or your creator, however you define them. So you've collected everything that you need to. Now it's all about, and this is a challenge, I say, as a spiritual business entrepreneur. I don't know why they didn't call him mantrapreneur. It's right there. But anyway, this is the challenge. Like, this is fun. Collecting these wands is fun. Being tapped into your intuition is fun. But solidifying that in the real world, rationalizing, okay, I have, these many things in these many hours of the day, and these are the people who are interested in these things, but no one's interested in these things. Taking all of that data and compiling it into something useful, that's not very spiritual. There's not a lot of love and light there, but it's part of it. It'll be interesting if we see any pentacles because they represent the material, not just money, but the material world, everything we can touch and see. And the pentacle has the star on it, and it represents magic. And this being the place where we do that magic, we do that spirituality, we play with our magic wands. Don't make it dirty. um, hmm. It's part of it. It's part of that kind of flow that we were talking about before, where it was, what did I say? The emotions inform the intuition, and the intuition informs the emotions. It's back and forth. We are spiritual beings having a temporary human material experience. And if we want to have the most out of that experience, if we want to catch all the wonderful overflow coming to us, then we need to ground ourselves and our practices in the real world for as long as society lasts. And this is a mess. I'm talking to myself too with this one. This is something that I feel like I'm constantly coming up to, finding a new understanding, and then having it all knocked away, and then having to learn again. But we're all learning here, and I'm happy to be learning along with you. Knight of Swords. And this, I mean, reversed. Coming right after the Queen, this is telling me, okay, don't get too in your head about whatever it is you're doing. Like, yes, have a foot in the left brain, but also keep a foot in the right brain. It's about that balance. And even with it reversed, it's kind of that idea of, it's not so much blocked here because we had the Queen coming first. It's more about slowing down. This is the fastest of the knights when they are upright. I mean, there's a lot of movement here. The wind is blowing. Look at the trees. This guy is charging right into battle. Even the horse is like, bro, slow your roll. What are we doing? With it reversed here, coming right after the queen, which is again a more mature expression of the suit, a more expression of that wind energy or air energy, excuse me, and of the thoughts. With this coming in reversed, it's the invitation to slow down and really consider the nature of your thoughts in general, but in regards to what you're putting down. Like if you were inspired to only offer Reiki to babies or like go to the NICU unit, is that redundant? Wherever the babies are in the hospital. And like that was the thing that you always wanted to do. I just want to go give Reiki to babies. And you've been trying that for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and no babies want Reiki. No mamas want you giving their babies Reiki. None of that. Then it might be time to consider, okay, am I holding on to something because of my emotional attachment to it? Or is this something I can put down? Slow your roll with your thinking and just examine every thought as it comes and see, does this, that's a good way of saying this, does this thought overflow my cup or does it drain it? That's the message. That's the bar for today. And this is kind of cyclical. Two of Swords, she's got herself blocked off. She has risen her center of gravity from her solar to protect her heart. She's put herself in this situation. She's blindfolded herself. She is thinking that she's stable, what with her gray dress kind of blending into the gray stone seat beneath her. And she's got her swords. She's ready to fight, but she has closed herself off from her gifts, from her visions, and from her heart, from her feelings. So again, this is not prescriptive. I'm not your dad. I'm just showing you what the cards are saying. And that is these swords. A lot of swords energy here. Maybe you're an air sign, or air signs are relevant, but this kind of whoops, we got them backwards here. But Queen of Swords upright. Can we do it like this? Can we do it like this? There we go. Queen of Swords upright, Knight of Swords reversed, and then Two of Swords. This is saying, all right, I'm going to get my thoughts in order, but let me slow down a little bit. And then, okay, well, I'm too much in my head. I'm thinking too much about the things. And I'm using thought to distract myself from doing the thing. It's a balance. If there's another message here or another little nugget I can give you, it's finding that balance. And I'm talking to myself as well, because this is something that we all have to learn. We all have to deal with, or we get to deal with. One of my friends always likes to reframe the challenges that she's going through as, oh, I don't have to do this. I get to do this. So you don't have to find the balance. You get to find the balance. And maybe that makes it more fun. Maybe that makes it more engaging. But let's finish this up today with some wisdom of Hafiz. Can we get this summarized in fewer than 18 minutes for the folks at home? Or was there something that we missed here that they need to hear? Almost thought it was that one. Who's it going to be? There we go. Ooh. Tiger energy. Use your power. Is that a 9? 9. Use your power. Tiger looks kind of sad. Probably because you're not using your power. Use your power. Use some of your wonderful power to pardon every deed of your own past that you might still be in conflict with, and the deeds, too, of any you felt ever harmed you. True strength comes from vulnerability. Your power, therefore, is at its zenith when you own all of your experience truthfully. When you forgive self and others and speak your truth without shame or fear, you grow fierce with reality. Ooh, grow fierce with reality, girl, or whatever gender you are. Hmm, just looking here to see if anything else is jumping out at us. The only other thing I would say is like bring that ferocity of honesty and forgiveness to your thoughts as well. Maybe if one of your thoughts is, "Oh, I can't be a," to go back to the baby Reiki example, I can't be someone who gives babies Reiki. Like, why? Why is that? Why is that a narrative? Like, is that based on programming that told you you couldn't do things when you were younger? If so, then acknowledge that. Thank you for being here and trying to keep me safe. But I am the queen now. I have the inner authority. I have the sovereignty to rule my mind and not let others rule it. Let your inner tiger out, my friend. Just watch as the world opens up to you. So that's all I got for today. 2121, as I say that. I want to thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I think at the beginning that I post these every Tuesday and Thursday. If this reading resonated with you, you can find the links to my PayPal and Venmo in the description below. Where are we going to put that? In the description below. And I will see you here again next Tuesday for another reading for the collective. But until then, I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness from this day forward. Take care.